up, guys? Got somebody watching? How's it going? Just sitting here. I'm trying to go for 5,000 subs.
Sitting here, I'm trying to go for 5,000.
Okay, we'll mute that. Just chilling out, hoping I can get to that 5,000 mark while I'm sitting here. Just seeing how things go. You guys got any questions or anything like that? Post them up in the chat, and I'll get to your questions. Be on probably for about 15, 20 minutes or so. Just chilling. See, I am 9 subscribers away from 5,000. But I just give my hand at a little live stream, see if I can get something going here. Never really done a live stream other than what I did with Diesel and Iron the other day, and he's the one that hosted that. So. Not really. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can see chat now. Yeah, new at this. I'm a big fan of yours, mate. Hey, Shurim. Without my glasses, this sucks. Well, anyways, what's up, bud? Thanks for watching my videos. Hitting like, subscribes, and all that stuff. That helps out a ton. If you can share my videos with, say, on Facebook or any of your media things, just to get me out there a little better, that'd be a great help. Got any questions for me or anything while I'm here? Just hanging out. Well, where are you from? Are you an equipment operator? Matt D, hello. Living in Sydney at the moment. Actually got lucky. I got to visit Sydney, Australia, if that's what you're talking about. I visited Sydney back in '93 after I graduated high school. Went there for 3 weeks. Aaron B, thank you for liking the channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed. If you guys are already subscribers, cool. Thank you. You've helped out a lot. Like I was saying earlier, need you guys to push my channel out there to a few other people. If you can share my channel on your multimedia pages or whatnot. I'm just trying to see if I can boost some subscriber count tonight. I'm right at the edge of 5,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to get, try to push over the edge before I went to bed. Yeah, so Jeepers Creepers. I just picked up my second Canon. I got my first payment from YouTube here just a couple weeks ago, and just bought a second GoPro with a head strap, carry case, that kind of stuff. So I'm just working on getting that stuff, trying to come up with some ideas of where I can use it. I was thinking about attaching it to the stick as a bucket cam, just something maybe a camera looking up or looking at myself, that controls or whatnot. Aaron B, no. I run loader. Mostly everything I run is based on underground. So loaders, I run a trencher every so often. That's kind of a rare occasion. I actually enjoy it a lot. It's fun to run, but I haven't run anything in a long time other than, I've run dozer, graders. I run a lot of different equipment, but I've been doing underground for 20 some years now. Just started operating from July, and we're locked down after I worked for 2 weeks. That sucks, man. That really sucks. I've been real lucky that we haven't had any lockdowns here for construction. Anyways, they did thin out a whole lot. They gave a lot of our guys the option of sitting at home on COVID pay, which I think is ridiculous, and a bunch of people took it, especially over in the Bay Area. Matt D from the Seattle, Washington area, hoping to be a union operator once I graduate high school. That's a great idea. I don't know much about Washington, but I really do recommend the union because they have benefits, retirement plans. They got a lot of stuff that non-union places won't have for you, and they all usually have training available. So, and I highly recommend you take advantage of all the training that they are willing to give you. Thank you, Sherman. Thank you for the being one of your favorites. Legit Dig 18. I've seen a couple of his videos rescuing another sunken excavator, digging one of those out. That was a cool video to watch, moving those mud pads around and working in the mud, pulling out another excavator. That was really cool. Jeepers Creepers, thank you. Yes, I will do my best to keep up. Like today, I worked 10 and a half hours today. I've been working 6 to 10 days or 6 to 7 days a week. So getting a video out here is kind of hard for me to do. I'd like to get one out on Wednesday and either Saturday and Sunday. And I just haven't had the time to do the editing and stuff to get it out and more content for you guys. I've got just massive amounts of video backlog that I need to go through and make videos out of. Tim Jenkins, it's funny to be an old timer now. Call these young supposed operators lever pullers. If you were to put them in a pre-2000 machine, they wouldn't know what to do. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't have GPS on it, a lot of these new guys don't have a clue what to do with their machine, especially some blade hands, the old blade hands. God, I remember running blade back in the 90s for a company, FCI, Ford Construction. I did a lot of rough blading. Got into doing some dirt finish. For FCI, I was doing bridges. I did underground for them for doing bridges, and they needed a blade hand. I told them, hey, I run blade. I used to run a farm blade, an old 12 G12, the old Caterpillar 12 with the old gear driven. God, those things were a pain to run. I mean, there's a reason they call them a knuckle buster. May save that story for you for another time. Sure, Tim probably knows what I'm talking about. Matt D, yes, definitely do that, man. Definitely take advantage of the apprenticeship program. For our apprenticeship program here, when you come out of the apprenticeship program as a journeyman, you're not a C list or B list operator. They put you on an A list as a priority hire when you go out into the workforce, and it's a definite benefit. If you go through the apprenticeship programs, is you get priorities getting hired onto companies if you're out of work. Oh, Shroon, you're very jealous of my work environment. Yeah, your mates are very amazing as well. Man, the communication is just awesome. Yeah, yeah. Some of our communications are awesome. Some of our communications that don't make videos are not awesome. I do in particular have someone that I have an issue with that's currently on the crew, and we have a lot of young guys on the crew right now. We're doing a lot of training and trying to teach new guys to get them trained up. We are having a big issue with hiring people that have skills to be able to do what we need. So we're pushing to get guys to train them and get them going. One of the big downfalls we have right now is we don't have enough loader hands. We really need loader hands. So any of you guys that are on here that aren't subscribed, go hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subs tonight. Share it around. If you got anyone, family, whatever, tell them just send them a link and tell them to subscribe to me. Just get me that 5,000. Yeah, I can run the loader. That is what I do at my work now. But I don't want to move to Cali. I don't blame you, man. I really don't blame you. California, we've got a set of issues here that are outrageous, but as a place to live and work, it's an awesome place. But to, I guess, be free, I don't know. We're one of the highest taxed populations in the United States, if not the most. I think Washington's pretty close. I mean, shoot, our gas tax alone is like $2 on a gallon. So let's see, diesel for my truck is around I think 2.25 or something, or no, 4.25 a gallon. So Matt, what kind of loader are you running right now? What do you have that you like to run? And that's another question for Sherman. Hey, what do you want to run? What do you want to do when you get through the apprenticeship program? I mean, what are your goals to get to? Do you want to do underground? Do you want to do dirt work? There's so many different things that you can do. Crane operator. Well, Roberts. It's not like the old days when you would start with a shovel and work your way up. Well, we do have one kid. The kid in some of my videos, Jesse. He started as a laborer. You know, he started on a shovel, grading, helping out the guys, just being a parts runner on the job, helping out the loader hand, clean up trash at the end. Moved up, help lay pipe, and do all that stuff. Eventually, you know, he was always the first one that wanted to jump on a loader to help move things around, just to move parts. And we wound up putting him into the union. Got him up on the loader. He ran loader for us for 3 years, and now we've bumped him up to excavator operator. So now he's running behind me, setting pipe, backfilling. We're trying to push him into digging, but he's a little bit afraid of it, a little nervous about it. But I think he'll do fine. All he's got to do is just get that, kick out of the basket, out of the bird's nest, so he can just spread his wings and he'll fly. I think he'll do just fine. But we got to get him doing it. Okay, Matt, a case 221F, but I would prefer to run a excavator or a dozer. Yeah, both are good. Excavators are fun. I love them. I like putting them in situations they're not supposed to be in. I've always done more of the extreme end of running excavators, digging uphill, digging downhill on really steep slopes. I've done backfill over washouts on 100-foot verticals where we stabilized a hillside, and I went where a dozer hand wouldn't go with an excavator. He wouldn't take his dozer on the slope, and I pulled my excavator out on the slope, and I did everything he was supposed to be doing. He was amazed at that I was willing to risk my life to put just to do some track walking out on a slope. Not hey, you're doing work. It doesn't matter. You're pulling levers. You're gaining experience. Every bucket you dump into somebody's truck or into a 10-wheeler or anything like that, that's you're moving. You're learning little things. Just remember, have fun at it, make a game out of it. That's what I always try to do. Hear my alarm for me to go to bed. I'll stay on for a little bit longer since I got a few of you on here. Let me see. We got Robert. I envy your V bucket. I wish I had one. Makes sloping a lot easier. Yes, it does. It basically it predefines what your trench is going to be. What me and my grade setter do, we get our center line and then we'll do the math to figure out we have how wide the bottom is, usually 2 feet. We do a 4-foot vertical and then slope up to the top hinge point, and we'll do the math on a 1-to-1 or a 3/4-to-1, depending on what the material type is, because we get a engineered letter for 3/4-to-1s on a lot of different jobs. So we have a 3/4-to-1 V bucket, which allows me to dig those 3/4-to-1 ditches that everyone on the internet says, "Oh, that's totally unsafe." Well, in all reality, we have soil engineers that have gotten the soils report and said, no, 3/4-to-1 will work just fine. And so if you guys check out my homepage on YouTube, the video that's on the front page of that gigantic hole, the left side or the north side of that hill of that dig where the spoils piles was a 1-to-1 slope, and the slope on the back and on the south side were 3/4-to-1 slopes. And those were all dug with I think I was 6-foot wide bucket of teeth on a 870G excavator. Ooh, Matt Dean started school for construction management. That's a big step up. That's a step up over running equipment. That's getting into foremen's and superintendent levels, or even being a what am I thinking? A PM, project manager, doing that kind of stuff. Okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't read your second comment. Yeah, but that's for when you're older and don't want to run equipment anymore. Let me tell you right now, I have never wanted to not run equipment. Even when I was asked to be a foreman, I've turned down being a foreman a couple of different times because I'm good at what I do. I love what I do, and I don't think even if I become a foreman, I will have expectations of excavator operators that will be unattainable to the majority people. I have had inspectors and guys like that have told me I'm probably in the top 5% of operators, at least in California, with the people that they have worked around. All right, Robert, I was always told you dig 10 feet deep, your slope and width of the dig should be 20 feet wide, obviously on plans. Not true. So the way that works is on a dig. So if you're 10 feet deep, how wide is the trench at the bottom? Because your slope doesn't start from the center of the ditch. It starts from the edge of the bucket. So if you've got a 4-foot wide bucket, you've now added 4 feet to the width of the top of your trench. So you go from the bottom hinge point, you go up, let's call a 4-foot vertical, and then from that hinge point, you go your 1-to-1 up to your top. So you can do the math on that and figure that out. It's a good exercise to do that kind of stuff. And with my grade setter, when I was teaching most of my grade setters, I actually pull out pen, paper, and I draw out the plans, what it's supposed to be, and I show them how to do the math. And that's actually not a bad idea. I can actually make a video on doing that for you guys, a short, probably 3-5 minute video. Where are we at? I got one more subscriber. We're at 4,992 subscribers. I need 8 more, guys. 8 more subscribers. All right, Matt D. Even if you don't end up being a manager, it gets me out of my last 2 years of high school, since I'm going to a community college. Plus, it is night school, so I can work full time. That's pretty cool. My senior year in high school, I did regional occupation program (ROP), and what I did was I did 3 periods of class war and heavy equipment training in high school. So I got to run a whole bunch of old equipment that was run down from high school kids beating this stuff up. Cool thing is in the winter we got to work on the equipment. I got to tear down a John Deere dozer engine and rebuild a John Deere dozer engine, which that was a great experience doing that. But yeah, any kind of education you can get prior to going into construction and just going in, full force on it, that's great. Yeah, Roberts. Yeah, we wish you luck, Matthew. Oh, you're in Seattle? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got another buddy that's up in the Washington area. He's one of my gaming buddies. Anybody else here also in construction and also loves computers and tech stuff? Because it's a kind of a secret passion of mine, is building computers and having a lot of cool stuff. So I got 2 water-cooled systems. Both my video cards are water-cooled. So it's just fun. I got 10 guys on. Who are these other 10 guys that are not talking? Hello, everybody. Say hello. Any more questions, you guys? Let's see what time it is here. I got about another 8 or 9 minutes here, guys. Then I'm gonna have to bail. But if you got any more quick questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer them. How's my sound? Is the sound all right? All right, now do apprentices get to go straight into like operating their machine, a choice, or do they get bottom of the barrel? All right, so so the way it works is you will be dispatched from the union once you've done your union apprenticeship training. They will put you on the out of work list for apprentices, which get a little kind of a priority dispatch. What'll happen is you get dispatched to a job for a specific role, whether it be grade setting, running a loader, running whatever they need you to run. So they're hiring you for a purpose, and you will be going to the job and doing that, filling that task. Yeah, Komatsu, Hitachi, or Volvo. Well, I prefer cat, but you gotta keep in mind I haven't run a cat excavator in probably 10 years. Komatsu, ah, that's yeah. Hitachis, every Hitachi I've ever run, I've loved. They're nothing more than they're the exact same thing as a John Deere. So the John Deeres I run are the same thing. They both have the same key. One looks like a Hitachi key, the other looks like a John Deere key, but they both go in the same hole and do the same thing. They start the rig. Volvo, I've never run a Volvo excavator. I'd love to be able to do that, but I don't think that'll happen. Not unless I can find somebody willing to let me do it. Okay, Jeepers Creepers. I see your first YouTube vids were S2000 car related. You still like to wrench on cars. I love wrenching on cars. I still have the S2000. I take it out to the to Sonoma Raceway, and I'll run autocrosses, and I'll run on the racetrack and stuff like that. And in fact, I just got a new set of back tires for it because I drifted my old tires off, and so those were, I actually got lucky. I found them on Amazon and got a really good price on them. So now all I got to do is take the back wheels off the car, take it into town, and have the new tires put on. So that way I got some fresh rubber. Yeah, Matt D. Yeah, good to know. Definitely good to know. It's you got to keep in mind when you get dispatched from the union out to a job site. It's basically an introduction. You're going out there, especially your first time out. You're going to be like, wow, and it's going to be a lot of craziness going on. Everybody's going to go through their first morning briefing and scatter, and you're just going to be standing there with your HUD in your hand. They'll tell you where to go, what to do, and then it's a lot of things happen really fast if it's a good crew, and you just have to hang in and just go for it. And if you're doing something wrong, someone will definitely tell you you're doing wrong. Just remember, if you want to be successful in construction, don't make the same mistake twice. If you keep making the same mistake, you're not useful. So just keep that in mind. Just remember, if this didn't work, let's try it a different way. Even when I dig ditches today, I have acquired so many different ways of digging a trench, different methods that I will go through a series of different types of digs, and it'll confuse the hell out of my laborers sometimes because I'll change things up in my patterns. Whether I'm digging and laying pipe and rocking and doing, like right now, I'm digging, laying, and rocking over pipe and under pipe, putting the compactor into the hole and doing all that stuff all together. So I'll try and we get a pattern out. Once we get a pattern that works, we stick to that, and we can make a lot of progress. Yeah, car vids, I'd love to. Here's the issue with doing that. Putting car vids onto a construction YouTube channel. I know there's some on there. I don't have them monetized, and I actually deleted a ton of videos that I used to have because I've had this channel for years. I put game videos. I put all kinds of different videos up, and shooting videos, gun videos, and stuff like that. And I just deleted everything, pulled it all down to go to this to the Lever Monkey channel. So I will probably still do a couple of car videos, maybe one or two a year. So you keep a good eye out. And now that I've got 2 GoPros, the video should have some more, we'll have some more angles and whatnot for that kind of stuff. Jeeps stuff. Oh yeah. Matt D. So I could get put on an excavator on my first job. No, that won't happen. I guarantee you, because you're ranked. Basically, the union is putting you out there as a first-time worker, as a either probationary worker, first step, third, first, second, third, fourth step. I don't know how your union works, but it's probably fairly similar to ours. So you will be ranked as a step, which will indicate where you are at in your educational process. So your first time out, it's more than likely you're going to be on the ground, maybe a mechanic, or doing something that's probably going to be on the ground, or running a roller, running some type of compaction device on two wheels with a drum roller or something like that. It depends on what you do in your apprenticeship training. They have qualification tests that you'll take during your apprenticeship program, which will put a priority on what you will be dispatched as. So when I went through my apprenticeship program, I didn't take any of my apprenticeship tests because I didn't go to the apprenticeship program. I went through a third-party program, got into the union apprenticeship program, and just went straight to work. I've run things from the old skid steers, pulling trees out of the forest, all kinds of different machines. So, I mean, they'll just throw you on stuff where they need you, where they need an inexperienced or something that you're not going to destroy anything, kind of thing. Once they start to trust you, then you'll get bumped onto more important equipment and start getting trained on those things on the job. Aaron B. I like to put in a lot of hours like you do. My lady is sitting here with me. She also watches your channel. Awesome. Are you both subscribed separately, or are you both subscribed as one? If you're not subscribed separately, go get her to subscribe to me. She wants to know how is your lady handles your schedule. Well, so let me tell you this. When I got married, 2 days after I got married, I got sent to a job in Yosemite National Park for 3 months, working there, widening Highway 120. She was happy to go with me. I had a trailer. We just went up to a KOA campground, lived in the trailer for 3 months. Of course, newlyweds, we had fun, got to go around the park. We had free passes to go in. But I did live in a RV fifth wheel going job to job for 18 years. And that was rough. That was really rough on the marriage. Eventually, she got to the point she didn't want to deal with that anymore. And so I was given an option. I told my company, I said, listen, I got to be within driving distance of work or of home. And from then on, I've always driven, back and forth to work. They've always kept me close enough, at least within about an hour and a half of home. So, and that's not a bad drive for me. The majority of the hour and a half is sitting in traffic. So that sucks for me, but it's better for home life. And she knew what she was getting into. She knew I was in construction and what kind of hours I put in. Because when we first met, I was working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Matt D, do you think my experience on a loader would help? Yes, 100% it will help you. Because if you're getting into underground, you've obviously know how to put the bucket on the ground, maybe scoop up some material flat, overloading your bucket, underloading your bucket. One of the other things is if you're loading people's cars, are you loading it with a full bucket, dumping it in the back of their truck? Are you corner loading it? So one of the things I always teach my loader hands, especially when I get a new guy, this is your left side, this is your right side. And if I'm looking at him, it's opposite, So it's just a matter of giving hand signals of corner loading material. Because if I don't need to cover an entire area in the trench, or if I just need to cover a small area, I tell them, hey, corner load the bucket. We'll dump it, and I'll line him up with that corner where I need it, and just dump out of the corner of his bucket. Get a head of the roller. Yeah, rollers suck. It was one of the things I did not want to run. I've run scraper. I've run just about every piece of equipment. I even run a crane, some small 20-ton cranes and stuff when I was in my training. I was told I should have been a crane operator, but it didn't. The traveling that a crane operator does isn't just within the state. You're usually traveling states away, if not sometimes a country away, if you're that kind of an operator. If you get to that level of being an operator running tower cranes and other stuff like that, you get sent around the world. All right, guys, it's getting close to time for me to go to bed. So I got work in the morning. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. So I'm going to be logging off here just a second. Yes, Matt B, definitely. Anything you do, even if it's just on a tiny skid steer or whatever, any experience you get doing anything will be beneficial to you later on. Just remember, every time you do something, you're educating, you're gaining experience. Jeepers Creepers, yes. Yeah. Forklifts, tractors, anything that gets you, anything and everything that gets you on a piece of machinery, even pulling a plow, will gain you a little bit of knowledge of how hinge points and stuff like that work. When you turn one way or the other way, yeah, it'll kick the utilities that you're pulling to the different directions. It all helps. Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta go. I've gotta go to bed. So thanks for joining me in. I managed to pull up another subscriber. So I'll just have to see where I'm at in the morning. I'll probably get some overseas guys that pop in and subscribed. So, anyways, guys, thanks for coming and joining me for this short little bit. Maybe I'll do some more live cam stuff here in the future. So, thanks, guys. Good night. Let's see if I can figure out how to end this thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thanks again, guys. Stay safe.